When did the faculty at Ohio State take notice or wanted you to come back and be a part of this program that you're a part of now?
So I left EWI in 2011 mid-year, I suppose. And I was part of a startup doing oil and gas services.
Okay.
And we hit the timing as horrible as you could get it. So we got a lot of work. We were super active. We were like driving trucks in the mud and being all kinds of cool. And then the bottom fell out of the market. And it went as fast as we went up, we came back down. And right about that time, I was trying to figure out what to do. I was helping Andy at Apex a little bit where I could. And then this opportunity at OSU came up. And one of the faculty members reached out, not the same one that I did my grad work under, but another faculty member reached out and said, hey, this might be something that aligns with you. You've done multiple startups. You've been really active. You might want to give it a shot.
Nice.
So I met with the dean and one of the associate deans for the College of Engineering. We all clicked and got along. And then in December of 2014, I started at OSU.
Nice. Now, did this have like a name or was it just, I think you said it was just you, an old rusty laptop in a building at Ohio State?
That's right. I was employee number one in a building that was slated to be torn down.
See, I mean, and eventually, obviously, we'll get to where you are now, but just to start, I mean, most people would be like, all right, what am I doing, Yeah. But I mean, did the dean like plant or paint a perfect picture for you to like, okay, this is what we're going to do this, or was it just like, hey, we think this could happen, but here you are?
No, our dean. So his name's Dean Williams. He's a visionary.
Wait, so his name? He's the dean, and his name is Dean?
No, no. His name is Dave.
Okay, I was about
Dean
to say.
David Williams. Okay. But he's a visionary. So he was one of the first people in the academic circles that I'd ever talked to who recognized that there's a value proposition out there to create an applied engineering research center that's inside of the university, but operates as though it's outside the university.
Okay.
He had feedback from his board. I'm sure he collected feedback from all over the place, but he and a faculty member named Glenn Dane were the two that kind of came together to create this vision. And then they brought me in, and I've probably put my own brushstrokes on it at different places, but for the most part, it's still the same core vision that Dave and Glenn had back 8 years ago, 7 years ago now.
Wow. I mean, in anything you do, I think that you have to have some clear-cut vision, like Josh with the Get level or next level. I'm pretty sure you're like, okay, this is what I want to do. If you kind of just go into something and you're just like, yeah, I want to make a successful business, we'll figure it out as we go. It's just hard. So like when I was working with my kids and trying to show them, hey, this is the goal you want, where kind of think about the path you're going to take to get there. And I mean, I'm sure you can attest to that. It's not just, winging it. Yep. There might be some opportunities where you have to, but for the most part, you have like, wait, this is what we want to accomplish. This is what we're going to do with this idea. And there might be a little things you branch off. Yep. But for the most part, you're just like, we see what we want to do. We're going to go attack it. So
Absolutely. Yeah. It's kind of like looking down the highway. The highway goes straight as far as you can see. Yeah. And the further you go, there's little wiggles in it. It's still basically, 71 goes basically north and south.
Yeah.
There's little deviations, but as long as you look forward, it always looks like it's going the same direction.
I like it.
That's kind of how the center's been. We've always been headed in the same direction. There's definitely been little deviations. It's always kind of wiggling around, but we're still heading north. And we're still going towards the same North Star, the same lighthouse, different analogies, I suppose.
The one thing I do notice is what someone told me when I first started driving is no matter what, you're always going to end up where you're looking. Like they told me, hey, if you're turning, just look there, and you turn, you'll just end up exactly where you want. I never believed that. I'm always like, I don't know, like when I drive, I don't know how if you do that, but when you're driving, or sometimes if you look at something, say you see, a girl or something that you're like, oh, eventually you might end up going left to center.
That's right.
And it's just, if you like your highway analogy, if you're looking straight ahead at your goal, you're going to stay no matter how it goes. You're going to end up in that way. So I just love little things that, help me, I guess, stay on track.
Yeah. Well, I think the trap that people get caught, this is my opinion. I'm not a business expert by any means, but the trap that people get caught in is they sit and they stare at their numbers, which is the equivalent in this analogy we're talking through. It's the equivalent of looking in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
So when you're looking behind you, the road looks straight too, but it doesn't tell you anything about what's coming right ahead of you.
And that's sort of about this channel and the podcast. Like, I'm always like, at first I was like, Josh, send me the analytics. I want to see how many people are listening, who's watching, and all this. And it really doesn't really help us, move forward and how we want to up our production or, get different guests on.
Right.
And if we focus on that, the rest of the stuff will take care of itself. And I think that's basically what you're saying right now with it. Yeah.
It's good information to have. It tells you who your customers are, who your audience is. It tells you what you did wrong, but it shouldn't be telling you where you're going to go.
Yeah.
Right? You need to be driving towards the vision.
Like it.
To me, Casa, make yourself at home. Do your do. Welcome to my pad. This your lab. Go create your